Hello, everybody. We're gonna be covering the news today. I have 10 news items for you guys. Here's all the 10 here. All. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing this alone today, but it's okay. I can take care of this. If you guys watching this later, make sure you're not just subscribed, but you also hit the notification bell so that you could join everybody else, like in the live chat. For example, see Deborah is here, Hans is here, Soha is here, Daniel is here. Mortad is here. Catherine is here. So make sure you are hit the notification bell. Oh, and on Facebook as well, we have Yuval here. So make sure you have make sure you're not just following us, but you hit the notification bell so when we go live, you actually can join us live. Okay. Look, on Facebook, we have Nicole here. And also, Soha is reminding everybody to make sure that you're, guys, if you're on Facebook, please make sure that you are also subscribed to us on YouTube. Okay. Scott is confirming that the audio is good. Great. And also, if you're on YouTube, make sure you follow us on Twitch as well. Anyways, let's call the bull and get right into it. Okay, because I'm doing this alone today, I might miss the live chat, but once I read the news, I am going to focus on the live chat and see what you guys are saying. But when I'm reading the news, if I'm not paying attention, please forgive me. I'll get back to you. Oh, Luke is here as well. Awesome. All right, cool. So what's the first news? This is about Pakistan's government. The government of Pakistan considering death penalty for... Can I say this, YouTube? Is it okay? Can I say this word, YouTube? I'm going to say it. Government considered death penalty for rape offenders. Here, guys, we got deprioritized. Please make sure you like and subscribe so that the algorithm plays like, oh, because when I say that word, YouTube is like, naughty words, we're gonna suppress your video, so you guys need to like and hit all the engagements, so it basically adjusts for that. Okay, all right, let's see what this is about. Islamabad. The government is considering various changes in the present set of rape laws to introduce the death penalty for rapists of children and women whose cases involve aggravating factors. Wait, just the rape of women and children. So if you rape a grown-ass man, you're not going to get the same punishment? It is also considering setting up special courts and making the offense non-compoundable. I don't know what that means. A key cabinet member involved in the progress of drafting... Guys, there's a space missing between... Let me zoom in for you guys. There's a space missing here. The process of drafting these proposals. Again, English is not my first language, and I'm noticing errors in this article. These proposals confined to the news. Oh, this is the brand of this is basically the article, the website that we're reading. That the proposal of chemical castration is also being included. But wow, what the hell? But with the caveat that castration will not cure the criminal mindset of the culprit, who would still be free to hurt anyone in some other manner. Okay, this is some biblical level crap. These proposals, it is said do not include the option of public hanging, but might suggest televising the hanging. What the hell? Of the hanging of such culprits directly from jail to create a deterrence. So wait, so they're not going to do public hanging, but they're going to hang them on TV. This is not going to... The people who are going to be watching this are people who are just sadistic people who are interested in that kind of... this is basically... Oh my God, this is going to attract the worst kind of people to watch. I don't think this is going to do what they think it's going to do. Oh my God, this is so gross and disgusting. Ew. However, they're going to do live TV hanging. This is like, what the hell? However, it is clarified that these proposals are going to show it like on Facebook Live, and I mean, they wouldn't be able to. But holy hell, I don't think they understand that they're going to create more problems with this. The people that are going to be tuning into that are people that have psychological issues themselves, and you're basically feeding into that. Like, who would tune into that? Like, oh my god, yeah, let's watch a public. Oh god, aren't there, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there like a crap ton of studies that shows that these deterrences, they don't actually work? That capital punishment doesn't work? The people who do these things, this doesn't have an effect on them? Like, isn't there study after study after study that shows this? Correct me in the live chat. However, it is clarified that these proposals are subject to change as they will be first discussed within the PTI in a day or two. I don't know what that is. They would then be tabled in Parliament for discussions and debate before they take final shape as the will of the majority. The set of proposals being prepared include making the offense of rape non-compoundable. Again, I don't know what this means, which means that, finally, there is definition, which means that the parties' concerns cannot reach a compromise to drop the case. Oh, okay. So even if you are involved in the case, even if the victim says, like, I think the punishment is going too far, I want to forgive or something like that, they were like, nope, sorry, there is no way, you cannot come to it. Like, maybe like if the person who did the harm, who did the rape, could be like, I'm going to give you this much money for you to let this go. And if the victim says, okay, fine, I kind of need the money, I won't press any charges if you pay me, like, they're like, no, you're getting hanged. Again, I'm just saying what I think this means. I'm not passing any judgment right now. Guys, if I'm not noticing the live chat, it's because I'm reading this article, but I'll make sure to pay attention to the live chat right after I finish reading, okay? At present, the offense of rape does not carry the death penalty. An amendment is now being proposed that the death penalty will be handed down to the rapist of children. The same punishment of death is being proposed for those who rape women, where the rape case includes any of the aggravating factors. Okay, I mean, isn't this in Pakistan and everything is supposed to be based on Islamic law? Didn't Muhammad rape a child? I mean, based on these standards, Muhammad would have been hanged live on TV if these laws were... Yeah, Muhammad. So Muhammad would have been hung in today's Pakistan, in an Islamic country. Good to know. In rape cases where the offender gets a life sentence, it would now mean jail for life or imprisonment till death. In cases where rapists get jail terms for a specific number of years, no remissions would be allowed. Convicted rapists will not be entitled to any kind of remission or pardon. According to another proposal, rape cases would be investigated by what the hell is this? What the hell is this?
Gazette.
Oh, Gazette. What does that mean? Announced. Okay. Announced. By announced police officer, preferably a woman officer, to ensure a speedy trial. There's a suggestion to set up special courts for rape cases. My God. I mean, isn't the whole... Why do you need special courts? Wasn't the already existing courts? You do commit a crime, you get punished for it. Like, I think these people are virtue signaling. Like, it's just a course, man. Like, you do a crime. Why do you have like special courts for murders? Like, isn't like murder also like a very... I don't understand. These people are virtue signaling. I think people get, I mean, murder is also... rape is really bad. Murder is also very bad. Do you have like special courts for murder, separate from all other crimes? Again, I think these people are just trying to be like, look at me, I am the defender. Like, yeah, I think so. I think this is something about something else. Oh, it means a high-ranking officer. Thank you, Harshit. Rape victims usually find it very traumatic to appear in court. Oh, okay, actually, never mind. I take that back. It might make sense for you to have a special court for rape. Okay, rape victims usually find it very traumatic to appear in court. In particular, the cross-examination in an open court can be highly embarrassing and distressing to the victim. Okay, yeah, I take it all back. Yeah, maybe it makes sense. Maybe it makes sense. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense for you to have a special court for rape victim. To help a rape victim defend her case without being subjected to further trauma, it is being proposed that the victim will be cross-examined through a video link. The rape survivor will be allowed to cover her face. In the courtroom, only the judge, court staff, and lawyers of the two sides would be allowed to witness the proceeding. Hey, I actually like this part. So everything else before this sounds like a nightmare, but like live hanging of people, like that is like, whoa, what the hell? But let's be fair to Pakistan. This seems like pretty good. Like special cases for victims, for that they don't have to relive the trauma that they had to go through. This is yeah. Let's give credit where credit is due. I think this is a great suggestion. The government is considering presenting these proposals before the PTI parliamentary party for discussion and then to table the amendments in parliament by next week. It is also being I hope like this part gets passed. Can this part get passed separately? Can you like not mix this with the rest of the nightmare that you were suggesting upstairs higher up in the article? Like, can this be a separate proposal that they vote on? Because I like this part. It is also being considered to leave it to the conscience of individual members of parliament to decide which amendment. Oh yeah, look! As soon as I right after I said it is also being considered to leave it to the conscience of individual members of parliament to decide which amendments they support, rather than voting according to an official line set down by their political party. Oh, okay, no, never mind. That's something else. Okay, let's see what the top comments are. Again, look, Facebook is so stupid. Look at this. I want to see what the top comments are, and the highest comment is giving me 41 reaction, and I have to scroll down here to get the one with 231 reactions. Why is this not one on the top? Huh? Why is this like this one got 2 replies, this one got 38 replies? What is up with Facebook? I don't know. Facebook is stupid. Facebook is stupid. You hear it here, guys. Actually, let me zoom in because you guys cannot see any of this. Okay. Oh no, I hate this comment. I hate this stupid comment. Somebody saying, I'm Randall, I think Randall is gonna start being an idiot. Okay, let's see what this Randall is saying. Randall saying, I'm 99% against the death penalty for the reason that I wouldn't want to give a government the power to kill its own citizen. The 1% is there are crimes that definitely deserve the death penalty. I just don't trust any government to figure out which ones actually deserve it. You're a moron, Randall. The whole point of the justice system is not revenge. The point of the justice system is to prevent future crimes. What you think people deserve or don't deserve should not be part of the calculation. What deters future crime, the justice system shouldn't be there to satisfy our desire of revenge. The justice system should be that. How could I reduce harm in the society? Does this deter crime? Does this protect citizens, or does it not protect citizens? What they deserve should be irrelevant. It should be, hey, if we do this, less people commit crime. If we do this, more people will commit crime. If we do this, it doesn't affect people committing crime. That should be the calculation. If studies show that capital punishment does not have an impact on people committing less crimes relative to other forms of punishment, then we shouldn't do capital punishment. If it shows it does, then you do a cost-benefit analysis, and maybe you do capital punishment. So far, the studies show that it doesn't. So you're 1%. When you say I'm 99% against that death penalty, then you're not against the death penalty. Okay, I am against the death penalty. Soha is saying I will never support the death penalty. Locked up for life and isolated cell is a better sentence than death. Again, it really depends on what studies show. Again, our emotional. Some people. Okay, here's another thing. By the way, AJ, thank you for reminding everybody to like and subscribe. Yes, please like and subscribe. I heard another form of this argument, like, guys, do not kill them because they deserve worse than death. Like, it's a harsher punishment. Like, these people they need to suffer in a jail, right? Like, death is too good for them. Like, again, it's not about them suffering. It's not about us looking like being like, oh yeah, they deserve it. Oh yeah, suffer. I wanted to see you suffer. It's not about that, okay? It's, again, even if you put somebody in prison, life sentence, it's more about isolating somebody that we know is a harm to society and protecting the rest of us from them, putting them in a place where they can't harm anybody. That's what's more, it should be about, okay? Yes, I agree with Smith. Yeah, it's pretty fucking creepy. Oh shit, I shouldn't be swearing. God damn it. It's pretty creepy to hear people lusting for the suffering of others. Yes. I hope. By the way, Soha, I wasn't suggesting that you were saying that. It just reminded me of that. I'm guilty of the suffering in prison argument. Oh, okay. Luke is saying, sorry guys. Oh, okay, yeah. Luke has to go. No worries. You don't have to apologize if you have to go. All right, let's look at the next. Bring up the next news. What is this one? Okay. This is about Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump says, let me zoom in for you guys to say. Oh, wait, I need to do the clap. Next news. Donald Trump says if Joe Biden wins, there will be no God. I have a suspicion that this is not what he meant, but it's funny, okay? And I'm going to pretend that that's what he said because it's kind of funny. So Donald Trump said, if Joe Biden wins, there will be no God. Again, I think it's kind of cute and funny to make fun, to like, I don't know, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he meant, because, okay, Trump is a moron. He doesn't know how to speak. And sometimes he says something that he didn't mean. And I think it's for us, for comedic reasons, it's fun to pretend that he actually said that and just, joke about it. So we could do that, right? But let's also see what he actually meant. But we could hear what he actually said, and judge what I think he actually meant. Okay. So the article says, during his rally tonight in North Carolina, Donald Trump claimed that a Joe Biden victory this November means there will be no God. Atheists, our time has finally arrived. Okay, yeah, this is the joke. This is the obvious joke. Guys, obviously, the joke here is that, well, if this is going to end God, go vote Biden, because finally with this, we'll get rid of God completely. Okay, that's the joke. It's an obvious joke to make. But let's see what he actually said. Let me know if you can hear this.
13 members of Biden's staff donated to the same fund. Look, that's where they're coming from. Just, he's trying to go a little bit more right, like the fracking. Oh, well, of course we're going to have. For 6 months, he's saying there'll be no fracking, which I don't think the people in Pennsylvania are thrilled with, considering that your taxes could quadruple. I tell it all the time, Texas, right? Texas, they like oil. They like guns, right, in Texas, right? And they like God. So he comes out with a platform. No oil. We don't want oil. This is during the Democrat deal. There'll be no oil. There'll be no God. There'll be no guns. This is not a good campaign.
There will be no oil. There will be no God. There will be no guns. Hey guys, vote Biden. This is okay. There will be no oil. There will be no God. There will be no guns. Yeah, vote Biden. Okay? There will be no God. That's don't threaten me with a good time, Trump. Okay, so first, yeah. I mean, okay, so he doesn't mean, again, he's an idiot. He doesn't know how to speak. Again, I know sometimes I, by the way, mess up as well. But my excuse is my English is my second language, right? But he doesn't mean God will end. He probably will say there will be no God in schools, in the government, public spaces. Like people will not be able to bring God, blah blah blah. Because you could point out, like, how could he say that? Don't Christians believe that God is everywhere? Yeah. He means that there will be no mention of God. Okay, I mean, but again, if that is the threat, I mean, it would be no mention of God in government and in public schools. I think that's true. No, I mean, there would be, unfortunately. Biden, unfortunately, this is not what's going to happen if Biden wins, okay? It's not going to happen, but it will happen less. Like, there will be less God than when Trump is president. So that's a great thing. Guys, again, as I don't care how much problems we have with Biden, right? If you guys are secularists, and given what has been happening with your Supreme Court, right? You guys have all the people that said, like, Hillary Clinton, lesser of two evils. I'm not gonna vote for a lesser of two evil. Do you like your Supreme Court right now? Do you guys like religion so much in your government right now? Are you enjoying that? Are you enjoying all the Jill Stein people? Huh? Do you like it? How are you hearing it? Do you still think you shouldn't have voted for Hillary? Oh yeah, her emails. Oh, they're just as bad. Just as bad. Look at your Supreme Court right now. Look at your Supreme Court. See, this is why you go and you shut the hell up about whatever problems Biden has, right? And you go vote Biden because there will be no God. Okay? There will be no God. Again, this is supposed to be a threat, but just see this as a goddamn motivation, please. So again, it's not going to be what he says. Like, there will still be God, unfortunately, in school, in government, in many other places. But I think the accurate term would be there will be less God. There will be less God than a Trump administration, and that should be motivation enough. There will be less God in your Supreme Court telling you what women and what women should do with their body, and what if gay people deserve to have equal rights or not. There will be less God everywhere. Okay, that's not Biden's platform, and those are barely coherent thoughts. Yeah, no shit. At least with regards to religion, Biden is a devout Catholic who goes to church on weekends, unlike some presidents. Also, unlike Trump, Biden doesn't need to tear gas people for a photo op outside a church. But the idea that there will be no God under a Biden administration makes no sense whatsoever, even if that's supposed to be metaphorical, which it's totally not. Somehow God survived 8 years under the Obama era. I'm sure God will get through a Biden administration as well. Hey, this is funny. I like this. And there's nothing about Biden's platform that suggests religion would suffer in any way. I disagree with this. I think Christianity flourishes a lot more under Trump's administration. I mean, come on, we've seen the Supreme Court and everything like that. So I disagree with this. Conservative Christians won't get the theocracy they dream about, but religious freedom will be protected. Religious freedom will be protected, but other people's freedom will not be protected. There are many other freedoms will go away due to Christianity under the Trump administration. So a lot of conservative Christians will get what they want. Again, guys, vote Biden. If you Americans get Trump in office again, you guys, come on, Like, I think you guys need to be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed for the 4 years already, okay? Like, you guys should be embarrassed. If you're not embarrassed, you should be embarrassed that you're not embarrassed. What does it say about the shallow faith of Trump and his fellow Christians, though, if their God can be defeated, destroyed even by a centrist Democrat? How weak is their savior? Yeah, I know that's funny and it's fair to make a joke like that. But again, Christians would say, like, no, you don't understand Christianity. We're always the victims. We're always the oppressed. Just because people are doing us wrong and shutting and putting God, moving God out of places, and just because we're small and we're being oppressed, that doesn't mean that God is being defeated. This is your lack of understanding of Christianity, blah 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 blah. Even though that's all the stuff that they would say, this is still fun to make fun of. Okay, it's not the first time Trump has said something like this. Just last month, he claimed a Biden victory would lead to no religion, no anything, hurt the Bible, hurt God, he's against God, unquote. Yeah, I mean, again, you can't just, you can't, you can't make sense of anything Trump says. Like, if he says there will be no God, and if that's actually what he meant, then he also says there will be no anything. How could there be no anything, Trump? He was like, oh, Biden victory means there would be no anything. So basically, if we want to take Trump's words literally, you shouldn't take his words literally or figuratively. He just doesn't make any sense. But if you did wanted to make his words literally, then the Biden a Biden presidency means there will be no anything. So the fabric of the universe would just collapse on its own, and the nature of reality would just stop. Existence would just stop. There would be no anything. Okay, like, again, if you wanted to, like, if he was, so he says he would hurt God, right? Again, you can say, like, how could you hurt God? God is blah blah blah. I don't know, but you can say, like, well, God, it means you would anger God. That's just Trump. Christians who defend Trump. I listen to their bull crap all the time. Like, that's just Trump being Trump. You guys know what he means, but you pretending like he doesn't. Yeah. Well, if he can't talk, then maybe he shouldn't be a president. Okay? If he cannot talk, if he cannot communicate his ideas, if he needs you guys to come and explain everything he says, then maybe he shouldn't be. If he can't communicate, God damn it, man. Like, look at this. Who talks like this? No religion, no anything. Hurt the Bible, hurt God. He's against God. Oh, God. Yeah. How did this guy get into? Yeah. This is nothing more than a pathetic attempt by Trump to spread fear among his gullible white evangelical base. It's not really that pathetic if it's working. So, he's free. Like, let's give credit to Trump. He knows his base, and it works. As stupid as he sounds, everything he does works, right? So it is an attempt by Trump to spread fear among his gullible white evangelical base. I agree with that, but it's not a pathetic one. It's one that is working very, effectively. They routinely fall for his bold crap. Again, YouTube, I'm not swearing. Please do not deprioritize these videos. See, I'm being a good boy. I said bull crap instead of BS, right? Fall for his bullcrap, and Trump knows he can't win re-election without their continued support, so he tells them exactly what he thinks they want to hear, never considering if it's logical. Why should he consider if it's logical if his base is as dumb as a rock? Right? Sorry, Trump supporters in the live chat. Sorry. But a lot of you are like that. Okay? Thank you for staying, even though I keep dumping on your ideas, which deserve it, to be honest. Pretending that the Democrats hate God is the reddest of red meat. I wish the Democrats hated God. Unfortunately, most of them don't. I wish it was the case. It's honestly more of a self-own. What's the message anyway? Is Biden so weak that he can't get anything done? Or is Biden so powerful that he can destroy God? Pick one. It can't be both. Okay. Let's steal on the other side. The other side is like, yeah, no, Biden is weak. His administration, though, is not going to be weak. The people around him, they're going to say the far leftist, anti-God, Satanist, child blood drinking, genocide, fetus killing people that he's going to surround himself by. They're not going to be weak, but because Biden is so weak, he's going to let those people do all of these things, right? So again, this is not a gotcha against those people. Again, I think that it's not a contradiction from their part to say Biden is weak, and also God, Christianity will be under attack if Biden wins. And where are the evangelical leaders willing to stand up and say Trump is wrong? My God is more powerful than any politician. Don't hold your breath. I mean, they say Jesus was hurt. Jesus got sad. Jesus got angry. Jesus. So you can't get hurt as a God. Apparently, their God is capable of getting hurt. I mean, he got tortured. Their God was tortured. How could you get tortured on a cross if you can't get hurt? So maybe they will say that no, it's not a contradiction. God gets angry. God gets sad. God gets hurt. So maybe they will say that's what So maybe they say it's not a contradiction, right? I don't need more reasons to vote for Biden, but damn, even Trump's lives make me want to fill out my ballot immediately. Yeah, guys, do it. Save your country, but also save the goddamn planet. Vote Biden. Many of you won't though. So that is scary. You guys actually might get this guy re-elected. Hey, silver lining. We have more things to make fun of if he gets very, 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 very small silver lining is that we get 4 more years of comedy. Andrew is here. Is this the actual top comment? Oh, nope. See, I have to scroll down again. Facebook being stupid. For me, I have to scroll all the way down here to get the top comment. Sam saying, if Trump wants me to not vote for Biden, he needs to stop making him sound so awesome. Yeah, the obvious jokes are there. All the obvious jokes are here. So Joe Biden is more powerful than God. Either that is a pathetic God or Biden is clearly a superior being and America needs him now. Yeah, maybe don't just vote for Biden. Maybe pray to Biden if he can defeat God. Again, I know the comebacks. It's just fun. Let us have our fun. Let me see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Guys, if you guys want me to read the live chat, you have to say the things that you want me to read exactly when I stop reading the article. Let me actually bring this article back up. It's really hard to do this by myself, and also, oh, there we go. Thank you, guys. See, AJ tags Atheist Republic, so I could find it like this. Okay. AJ is saying the sad part of Trump being elected is the pandering other world leaders do to support him. See, guys, make sure if you want me to see your comment. Yes, thank you. AGA is also telling everyone. And also, guys, there's a delay. So if I move to the other next news and you guys like, hey, I just posted a comment. Why did you move to the next news without reading my comment? Just know that there's a delay between the time that you post a comment and the time that I get a comment. Okay. All right. So let's just go to the third one. Another problem with me doing this by myself with any co-host is that I might need a pee break, and there's nobody here talking if I go for a pee break. So you guys have to give me at some point you have to give me 2 minutes or something. Okay, so let's look at this. All right, what is it? Okay, this source, I don't like this source. This is the Sun. Okay, we'll read it, but then we'll do some research. Oh, actually, this is a good opportunity. We'll use this opportunity to see if how do I do research, like small research for fast, like if I have under 5 minutes to see if a news is actually real news, then we could investigate. I'll show you how I investigate, so you guys could tell me if I'm doing good or not. Okay, in my investigation. Again, not like deep dive, but just like a really quick analysis of it, because the Sun is not a good source, right? Let's read the article, and then after that, we'll check if the source is good or not. By the way, these pictures are not about what this is being discussed. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are, here. So, teen mutilated, 3 boys accused of stealing to have fingers. Okay, wait, actually, let me read the new title, okay? Here. Next news. Teens mutilated, 3 boys accused of stealing to have fingers amputated in Iran, okay? So, obviously, the picture, they don't have the picture of these teens, and they're showing you the pictures of somebody in Iran getting amputated. And look at all these geniuses on Atheist Republic. Look, that guy doesn't look like a teen. 113 likes. Okay, so yeah, Drake. That's not the person that they're talking about. This is just the only picture of somebody, an example of amputation in Iran. That's what it is. Like a whole bunch of, let me see, how many people made that joke? Teen. Look, 22. Wrong photo. Those definitely are not teens. Bald man with beard is now a teen. Remind me of all the teens crossing the English Channel. Look at all these. What teenager are they? Looks built like Alex Jones. This seems iffy. My God, look at this. They are not teens. These are the comments on the Atheist Republic Facebook page, guys. That dude with the full beard is a teen, question mark. I remember when I was 13 too. That's not a teen. Keeps going. It keeps going. There's so many of this. Guys, maybe if you read the article, you would know that this is an example. These photos show the saw being used to amputate the fingers of a man convicted of adultery, okay? This is not about the teens. They had their own, this is the only picture of an God damn it, you people! This is the Atheist Republic community, guys. Come on, like especially this guy. This guy's not joking. Like, oh, this seems iffy. That's not a teen. I don't know if this story is true. I'll show you how to do real skepticism. Okay, this guy is saying without clicking on the article and reading what this picture is about, like just looking at the cover, like, I don't know if I could trust this. The title says teen, but the picture shows a man that looks more like he's in his 40s. Like, that's definitely not a teen. Not gonna even bother clicking on the article to see what the picture is about. But am I doing skepticism right? Is this how you do skepticism? Is this how no, it's not. AGA is saying, oh my God, so many people never read the articles and base their opinions on the headline and photo that accompanies it. Yep, including our own Atheist Republic community here. See? All right, but let's read this article. I'm just going to read actually, you know what? I'm just going to read the summary of this one. This is getting too long. Here. 3 teenage boys accused of stealing will have their fingers amputated as part of their horrific punishment. The 3 prisoners, Hadi Rostemi, Mehdi Sharafian, and Mehdi Shahivand, will have 4 fingers from their right hands sawn off. Iran's Islamic Penal Code says theft on the first occasion is punishable. On the first occasion is punishable by the amputation of 4 fingers of the right hand. Nargis Television's legal analyst and journalist at Iran International TV said amputation as a form of punishment is rare in Iran. To have this type of punishment, there are 13 rules that all need to apply for the judge to order an amputation. However, judges usually avoid issuing such punishments by saying that 12 out of the 13 rules are met, and amputation is therefore not required. Despite attempts to appeal the decision, Supreme Court judges this week upheld the verdict. So it's going to happen. These poor teenage boys, who this is not their picture of, are going to get full, because these people are desperate and poor enough to go steal, and now they're going to lose they're going to be able to not work again. Imagine somebody being so desperate that they go steal, and now you're cutting 4 of their fingers, and now they're going to not be able to recover, not be able to do so many other work because of it. So much other work, like a lot of the pathways to get themselves out of poverty so that they don't have to steal anymore is now being denied to them, because now they don't have 4 fingers, right? But here's the thing. So the sun is like, okay, so here's what I do first. Okay, I'll take the URL, okay, and I post the URL, because if I search, for example, the sun Wikipedia, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a Wikipedia page about the actual sun. Okay, so to make sure that you're actually getting the Wikipedia page about this news article, you just copy paste the website and then put the Wikipedia, and then you click on it, right? And then you say the Sun is a tabloid newspaper published in the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland, blah, 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 blah. Hey, look at here. So, look. The Sun is like a right wing, okay? Look at this one, okay? A right wing. So you know it's a right-leaning news article. So you don't know if it's alignment. It says conservative, Euroscepticism. So you don't know. This is not like objective news, right? So what you do is then maybe search for the title. Okay, so again, the Sun, the New York Post, I also checked. The New York Post is also not that trustworthy, right? And also the Mirror is untrustworthy from the other side. So if you do the same thing with the Mirror, you want it, not this. You here. Daily Mirror. Again, see political alignment, labor. Again, I preferably you want to get these kind of news from somewhere that doesn't have any political alignment, whether left or right. Right, so you have the Daily. Obviously, you're not gonna. I mean, I'm hoping more people here know that Daily Mail is not trustworthy at all. Okay, this is Fox News. This is just Facebook. Oh, here, BBC. That's better. Much better. Is this the? Oh, nope. One thing I forgot to do is to say past month. So that the BBC one went away. So see, the first page is all not very good. God damn it. See, you have to be skeptical. Yeah, this is the best. This is the one I actually clicked on that made me want to believe this news. Okay, this is a human rights organization. Okay, this is September 18, 2020. Iran amputees the finger of 3 men convicted of stealing. Okay, so again, I'm not saying you should trust this 100%, but Iran and HRM, it's a human rights monitor. You could trust it more, or maybe you could see like, no, I don't actually trust it just because it says human rights, right? Maybe they are a front for another group, right? I can't spell. which began in activities in 2016, website of a group of the websites began in activities to draw international community attention to human rights violations in Iran. It publishes reports on violations of human rights on a daily basis. The website, which active in both Persian and English, publishes monthly reports on human rights violations in Iran. The group also publishes specialized reports on specific issues. Okay, so this is also, I wish it said this, but this is also done by Iranians and people with access to the news in Iran. So again, I'm not saying you should trust any of this 100%, but this gives me better, at least I could be like, okay, probably true, not 100%, not 100%, but more, more likely than not, right? And also in this article, you can see links to other people. Despite attempts to appeal the decision, 13 branch of Supreme Court judges this week upheld the verdict. So we could click on this link that this human rights group linked to. Oh, it's actually they're linking to themselves. Yeah, but again, I trust this. These are people with connections on the ground in Iran, so I trust this human rights group more than those other articles. Anyways, again, none of these methods will show you if anything is 100% real or not. It will just increases or decreases the likelihood. You should always have some level of skepticism, though. We're here. Soha is saying we call the Daily Mail as the Daily Fail because it's not reliable. Yeah. The Daily Mail, it's really sad because if they were actually reliable, they use more reliable sources. The way they display the news is very helpful. I wish somebody was doing the Daily Mail version of displaying the news, but without being so crappy at delivering the news, right? Sometimes you could just look at the Daily Mail, the way they summarize the news, and be like, okay, I got the summary, but now let me go check somewhere else if it's actually true. Because they do such a good job at summarizing it. Why are they so crappy at fact checking? Yeah. Anyways, what's this? This is the... No, that's not the right one. This is the right one. Okay, let's look at the next news. Hold on. I might do a pee break at 5. What is this? Church. Okay, wait. Let me do the next news. This is for our editors because we cut these in pieces and then deliver them later. Hey. No thanks. I'll do this. So I have to do this. This is very helpful for our editor, I think. Is it? Let me know. Okay. Next news. Church sparks outrage for depicting Jesus as trans with beard and breasts in a dress. Oh, wow. He has a beard and he also has breasts. Oh, this is one of those LGBT-friendly churches. The reaction to this has to be glorious. This should be funny. This should be funny. I hope it's as funny as I think it's going to be. Actually, you guys see the picture? This is the picture. This is Jesus with a beard and also has boobs. Jesus with boobs. And there's a rainbow here and there's a church with a cross here. Again, I do not agree with this. I think the best way to be pro-LGBT is to say screw with Christianity. But the reactions to this, actually, I do agree with this. Because I do agree that we just need to get rid of religion. But whenever something like this happens, the reactions to it will display how common homophobia and transphobia is within religious communities. So yeah, maybe more of this so we could highlight the reaction, right? So I just changed my mind live on air with you guys. See how easy it is to change your mind based on just reevaluating things, right? So easy. You don't have to be like, oh my, I'm gonna look like a weak person if I change my opinion. No, it's okay. You could change your opinion. I might change my opinion again after reading this. We don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, let's read what this article says. In an In an ad purportedly meant to encourage children to attend Sunday school, the National Church of Iceland featured a bearded Jesus with breasts. Why do you say breasts? Say boobies, makeup, and a dress. Isn't it for children? And dress dancing under a rainbow. After receiving backlash, the church removed the ad from social media. Guys, they were pressured enough. The pressure was high enough that they decided to remove it. See? This is it. This is the transphobia full at display. Even the churches cannot survive this. Even the churches, even the LGBT friendly churches cannot survive the pressure. You were saying LGBT activism versus Christianity. I love it when fanatics of two religions fight each other. Popcorn. Okay, I don't agree with that framing of the LGBT activism, by the way, Yuval, but that's why you're here, to provide other points of view. But that's why we usually have other co-hosts to provide other perspectives. Sorry about today. I'll try to present the other side as well. Okay. After receiving backlash, the church removed the ad from social media, but not buses, and released an apology. An apology, guys. The homophobia, the transphobia in the Christian community is still stronger than wokeism and LGBT activism, which are not the same. They are separate. They're separate. But again, as much as we complain about the woke dogma, I don't complain about the LGBT activism like Yuval does in live chat. I'm part of the LGBT activist group. I do complain about the woke cult, but none of those. Again, the woke dogma, we come here and we try to bring attention to it, and we try to tell you guys that this is a threat, that this is against Enlightenment values, it's against LGBT rights, it's against civil rights movement. But as much as we want to raise the alarm about that, I'm telling you guys, Islam and Christianity are still the greater threats. They're still stronger. They're still stronger than that. And again, here's another example. They have to bend the knee. People keep saying like, "Oh, woke dogma, these woke people, they make you bend the knee." No, Christianity and Islam still have the upper hand. They still make you bend the knee. Again, yeah. So you were saying, okay, wokeism. Yes, wokeism. I'm against that as well. However, the church also argued that it believes it's okay to depict Jesus as a woman, transgender, or anything else. Yeah, it's a fictional character. You can make it whatever you want, right? People are like, oh, Jesus was not, this is not the real Jesus. Guess what? There is no real Jesus. I mean, there's a person that the whole Jesus story was made based upon. But whatever that character, whoever that person was, is definitely not the Jesus you guys are worshiping. So yeah, I'm gonna say there's no real Jesus, okay? Because whoever that person was, you guys have moved so much of, when people do fan fiction, they actually are based on something, okay? But there's really not much we can say about the real Jesus. So again, I think it's far enough from the real Jesus, whatever you guys have worship, that I could say that there is no real Jesus, okay? So again, when I had, I'm getting that would be too much. The animated ad, which depicts Jesus as having breasts and jumping around where's the animation? Are we going to see the animation? There's no link to the animation. The animated ad, which depicts Jesus as having breasts and jumping around as he points to a church, was posted on the church website and Facebook page on September 11, according to the Daily Mail. Didn't we have... What source is... Oh, this is the Christian Post. God damn it. Yes. Wait, does the Daily Mail have the link? Again, guys, do not trust the Daily Mail. I know, but I'm desperate to see the video. Is there a video? I want to see it jumping. I want to see a trans Jesus jumping around. Come on. There's no video? which reported that the post was deleted after it sparked outrage. However, guys, we're gonna get to see it. Iceland Monitor reports that the ad continues to appear on some buses. No, I don't want to see the buses one. I want to see the animation. The ad campaign. Guys, do you have a link to the animation? The ad campaign cost the church about $14,800, which was contributed mostly by Bishop's office. You know, you would have gotten so much credit if you just left it, if you didn't remove it. People were like, you don't give in to the mob. You know how many posts I removed after actually one because it was justified, okay? But over the past 15 years of activism, I only remember one case when I gave in, and I didn't even give in to the mob, okay? When there was many posts that we posted on Atheist Republic, people like, you gotta remove this, Armin. You gotta remove Sexy Kelly. I did not remove Sexy Kelly. They said, you gotta remove the Rainbow Kaaba. I did not remove the Rainbow Kaaba. It said, you gotta remove the Allah is gay post. I did not remove the Allah is gay post. There was one post that I removed, not because there was a giant mob that came after me. In fact, the size of the people that came after that one was tiny compared to the other examples that people came after me, told me that I have to remove it. The reason why I removed that one was not because of intimidation, but because I saw their point. I was like, you guys have a point. Maybe I should remove this one. And I removed it. Not giving to intimidation, but I gave in to the soundness and the merit of the opposition. Okay? Opposing arguments. Let's continue. Again, guys, if you apologize to the mob, do you think they will be like, oh, okay, great, we're gonna go away now? Then when these people smell blood, they're gonna come for your neck. You do not give in if you don't think they're justified. Don't let them intimidate you. Again, hashtag Sexy Kelly. Search for hashtag Sexy Kelly if you have no idea what I'm talking about. One comment read, there was a reason I left the national church and found another Christian congregation. Another read, shame on the bishop. Let your transphobia show. Guys, they think this is, they cannot accept. Look, this is what they offended about. Look at it. This, oh my God, shameful. Look at the degeneracy. Where's God? Oh no, save the children. Save the children. Look, this is what they're afraid of. Just let your transphobia just let the whole world see. Let Christianity be associated with this. Again, this is why us anti-theists keep winning, even though we have such low amount of resources and so little support, even because you guys are doing 90% of the work for us. We just have to highlight you guys. We don't have to do most of the work, okay? By the way, guys, we do need more resources, okay? So link to our Patreon in the description. Imagine all the progress we have made. Imagine if we have more resources. Patreon. Did you like that? That was shameless promotion. Link to our Patreon. Guys, do not support us. Do not support us financially. Do not support us financially if you are struggling financially. Every single time I tell you, you can support us by liking, by subscribing, by sharing. There are many other ways. Oh, there's another way. When I do my other live streams, if you really want to help and you can't support us financially, give us timestamps of our live streams of the parts that you want us to cut out in the comment section. That would be so much help. You have no idea how much help that would be, okay? On YouTube channel, every time I do a live stream, and I do a live stream almost every day. If you guys are on Facebook, you should come check us out on YouTube. I do it almost every day. Give us timestamps. I will cut the part, because my live streams are usually 2 hours, 3 hours. I need to cut out the most important parts or the best parts, okay? The church known as the Evangelical Lutheran Church. Oh, wait. Shame on the bishop. Some call it tasteless and particularly stupid. Another user wrote, the church should be ashamed for humiliating Jesus like this. Humiliating. Okay, great. Let your transphobia show. Let your transphobia show. The church known as the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Iceland and considered the official Christian church in the country apologized saying the 2020 Assembly of the National Church regrets that the picture of Jesus in a Sunday school advertisement has hurt people. God damn it. The goal was to emphasize diversity, neither to hurt people nor shock them. These people should be shocked if they get shocked by this. If your transphobia is causing you to get shocked, then screw you, be shocked. I don't care. Anyways, actually, you should be in charge. Again, you should be shocked if you are deliberately consuming content that you know that would be shocking. Okay, you should still be in charge of the content that you get exposed to. Okay, so I'm really scared of looking at these comments. It's no more ridiculous than he's usually depicted. At least we know trans people exist. Another thing, guys, is this like, okay, what is more harming to a child's mind? A dancing, jumping trans Jesus with colorful art and hearts and a rainbow in the background. That, or stay with me in this, a tortured, bleeding Jesus on a tortured device when somebody stabs you with, like, a torture scene being worshipped every Sunday. Children, like, is that a better thing for children to be exposed to? I mean, compare this. Honestly, if none of this was normal, Jesus being tortured would be R-rated, right? For children, they were like, "Yeah, guys, this is not. They know this is not safe for children to consume. What is this? We're showing a torture scene to children. This is a torture device. This is a man being tortured and being bled to death, and we're showing this to children. Which one is better, that or this? This is much better." Here's the offensive, guys. Look, everything here is okay. Okay, all of this is okay. Here's the offensive part. You see this? You see the shadow under the boobs? That is what makes this whole thing degeneracy, apparently. That's it. This area. Okay. Yeah, gay Jesus is obviously better. I mean, look at him. He's so happy. I like this Jesus. All right, let's go to this one. What is this one? Wait, I need to do the clap. Oh, I can't do the clap. This is sad. This is a sad news. We cannot do the clap for when we're talking about famine. Okay? So no clapping. Oh, this is a trusted source of news. UN News. Great. Thank you. Let me see how long. Okay, good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So we're not going to do the clap. We're just going to say next news. Okay? Famine threat returns to Yemen amid upsurge in fighting. You might think, like, what does this got to do with religion? This has everything to do with religion. The Yemenis people are suffering under a proxy battle between two main powers in the region, which is Saudi Arabia and Iran, who are fighting a 1400-year-old grudge between Sunnis and Shias. And the people of Yemen are the ones who are paying for it. If you do not know the details behind that war, and by the way, for you Americans, your tax dollars are being used to support Saudi Arabia of this huge violation of human rights against the civilians and children in Yemen. So great job, you guys, for voting for Trump. Again, both Obama and Trump did this, but Trump increased it by a lot. supporting Saudi Arabia on their war against civilians in Yemen, just to civilians, guys. I'm telling you, the Saudi Arabian government bombed hospitals, mosques, schools, funerals, weddings. The port, knowing that was being used to bring in food and medicine, the Saudi Arabian government used starvation against civilian and children as a weapon of war, with the full support of the United States government, with the funding, with the ammunition, and with the live military support of American planes, knowing both Obama and Trump, knowing that this is being used against civilians. The greatest weapons deal of all time was done with the Saudi government, knowing exactly what these weapons are being used for. So again, congratulations to you. Anyways, you guys, again, this is the greatest humanitarian crisis of our time. This is it. And Iran's government is complicit. So is Saudi Arabia's government. And so is the American government. So is the United Kingdom. So is Germany. So is Greece. So is many other countries that are supporting this. Again, but the main battle is between Saudi Arabia and Iran, which is a proxy battle fight between Iran and Saudi Arabia. And these poor people are paying for it. Okay? So I'm going to read the summary of this. This is okay, fine. Let me read the summary. Actually, let me the whole thing. Increase. I don't know if this is in a news format. Yeah, this is not in a news format. So I'm going to read the summary because I think our team put it in a news format because it's talking about actions to take. Guys, by the way, this link is in the description. If you want to get this article and ways to help, you could find the link in the description. Okay. Yeah. The Spectre, is that how you say this? Hold on.
Spectre.
Yeah. Okay. The specter of famine has returned to Yemen as donor countries fail to make good. Hold on, let me zoom in. Good on their 2020 pledges amidst an upsurge in fighting, fresh hurdles for aid deliveries, and ongoing efforts to nail down a nationwide ceasefire. Again, guys, this has been going for so long. We have been talking about this for many years now, since the beginning that this happened, and we will keep wondering why it doesn't get any more attention. I mean, I know why it's not getting enough attention, okay? But guys, like every other human rights violation that is happening around the world is getting more attention because somebody has some other interest. There is even the China one that is getting more attention right now is because the United States is making more anti-China moves. Talking about the people of Yemen doesn't serve anyone's political interest, and that's why they're being ignored. Increased funding was the main reason that famine was prevented 2 years ago, but this year only 30% of promised donations have come through, said Mark Lowcock, the United Nations top humanitarian official. Several donors, including Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait, have given nothing so far to the 2.41 billion UN humanitarian response plan. The UN ranks Yemen as the world's most serious humanitarian crisis. The results, like I said, it's the world's most serious humanitarian crisis. Guys, this is our never forget situation. This is exactly what, never again. They keep saying never again. 10 years from now, people are going to talk about us and be like, why did people not talk about this? How could this happen? Like, how was this not on the headline news all the time? I'm telling you guys, this is going to be don't be part of the people that are going to look back on this and remember yourself as one of the people who didn't talk about this. All right? This is going to be the shame of our generation, of our time. You know how people look back at so many things that happened before and like, why? How did people just not talk about this? How did people just not pay attention to this at that time until it was over, until it was late? This is good. This one is what you guys are going to look back if you're not talking about this. When people are going to shame us for not talking about this, if you were on the side of the people that didn't talk about this, you're going to be part of, you're going to either feel ashamed or you just don't have any conscience. Okay, so please guys, talk about this. And if you could do even more, like try to support, try to help. Again, the link to this is in the description. There's nothing else worse right now that is happening than this. And imagine how much of this is being covered. How much? And guess what? This segment of this video being posted on Atheist Republic's YouTube channel is going to get one of the least amount of views, right? When I do my live streams about like, Islam is stupid, or like, oh my God, look at this, Mufti Meg said this, how ridiculous, or oh, Muhammad hijab said this, oh my God, he's a moron. Those would get the views, right? But this one, the greatest humanitarian crisis of our time, this segment is not going to get the views. Whose fault is that? Several donors, including Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait, have given nothing so far to... Yeah, I already read that part. The United Nations... I already read that part as well. Oh, yeah, I actually didn't finish that sentence. The United Nations ranks Yemen as the world's most serious humanitarian crisis, the results of 5 years of conflict, disease, economic collapse, and a breakdown of public institutions and services, leaving a staggering 80% of its population of 30.5 million dependent on aid. Hey guys, have I lost you guys? Have you guys gotten bored? Have you guys gotten bored out of seeing these people? Like, do you want me to go to something more exciting and more interesting? Have I bored you guys? Huh? Is this not interesting to you guys? Do you want to be entertained? Guys, please pay attention to this. Please. Let me see what if there's... Again, look at... Do you see how much reaction the other news articles got? Look at this one. Surprise, the most religious countries are the most violent countries. Again, guys, you don't have to reframe it. Again, this is not because of Yemen. This is because of the surrounding countries. Yes, Yemen is one of the most very religious countries. It's a very religious country, but again, this is mostly because of the surrounding countries. You don't have to frame everything in a way that... I'm tired of this. God damn it, guys. All right, let's go to the next news. Sarah is saying you're listening. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for caring about this. Hold on, let me see. Morta is saying, no, keep going. We need more things about Yemenis. Yeah, guys. By the way, yeah, thank you for our team for making sure we include that, right? Because, again, look at this. When we pick the news, right? It's based on... A lot of it is based on engagement, right? So, for example, we picked this news because it got a lot of engagement, because you guys liked it, because we're the Atheist Republic, and what the community wants matters. Like, it got 200 comments, right? But there are certain things that whenever we see on the news, right? Like, for example, the one that I just read to you, we don't care if it gets low engagement. It gets covered, right? And again, remember, when we cover news like this, it comes because we're spending time and resources covering the news. And if we were just wanting to make sure our YouTube channel keeps growing, we would do less of this because we know that people don't care about it. But the whole point of doing the other parts that does get more engagement is so that we get more subscribers, so that even if a small fraction of people pay attention to these other news, it's a small fraction of a big number, right? So if we do the stuff that gets a lot of engagement and a lot of people talk about it and gets us more subscriber and makes our YouTube channel grow, is so that when we eventually do talk about this, even if 10% of the people that pay attention to the other content pay attention to this, it at least is a big enough number that this 10% makes somewhat of a difference. Again, I don't know if it's going to work or not. Our YouTube channel is not growing fast enough, but we try. We try. What is this? What the hell is this? Oh, what a giant ad. Okay. Can I do the clap with this one? Yeah, I can. Yeah, right. It's not a depressing news, okay? Maybe it ends up if this ends up being a depressing news, or it's like a huge, something in the in the details, just know that when I was doing the clap, I did not know. I did not know. Okay, I did not know. Wait, objective reality saying objective reality. Good. News of higher priority or significance should be covered more frequently with granular details to reflect reality. But objective reality, if we did that, then we wouldn't even have an audience to talk about that kind of news. You understand? Like, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If we only did that, then when we talk about something like Yemen, we wouldn't even have an audience. That so we have to do both. We have to do both. Anyways, let's focus on the next news. Next news. Unveiling. Wait, I have to do this again. Next news. Unveiling. Malaysian activist Mariam Lee fights for hijab freedom. Guys, this is pretty intense, guys, because I know as much as people want to say Malaysia is a moderate Islamic country, they're so tolerant and everything, blah, 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 blah. Bull crap. Go look at my history with Malaysian government and all the Islamists in Malaysia that want my head. They actually want my head. Malaysian Muslims have gone as far as declaring that I should be beheaded. Okay? And the government of Malaysia wanted to hunt down Atheist Republic's members in Malaysia. So I don't know how this woman is so goddamn brave in such a country to be like, yeah, I'm gonna fight for hijab freedom. So again, maybe I'm actually reading into maybe I don't know what the news is. Actually, let's read it before we could judge, okay? Kuala Lumpur. Harassed and placed under investigation by the religious authorities, activist Mariam Lee is highly controversial figure in Malaysia. Holy crap, no, I was not wrong. This lady has balls of steel. Or is it? Yeah, I mean, she does. Okay, I don't care. She does. She is braver than I would ever be. God damn it. How, like, guys, every time somebody says, like, you guys are so brave talking about Islam. No, we are not. We're living in a free country. I don't have the police coming in and putting me under investigation because I desecrate the Quran. We are not brave. Look at this lady. And again, people are like, oh, well, Malaysia is not Saudi Arabia. Yes, I know, but she's still way braver than I ever would be. Like, come on, look at this. These are the activists on the front line of all this. They are doing what we're doing where it matters the most. Holy crap, this lady is my new hero. Let me see some other pictures. Okay, wait, let me do the slideshow one more time. Holy crap, okay. So she's been harassed. She's under investigation. This is, by the way, this is her. Can you guys see this? This is her picture with the hijab before. Go away. With the hijab before, and now this is her. What's her crime? Her crime, question mark. Speaking out about her decision to stop wearing the hijab and criticizing what she sees as institutional patriarchy in Islam. Thank you, lady. Guys, you know how much I consume Islamic content. I could just hear them right now in the back of my mind. I could just hear what they're saying. I know all the comment section, all the Muslims in the comment section, they're like, lady, this is what they would say. Lady, if you don't want to wear the hijab, don't wear the hijab. Nobody's forcing you, which a lot of times they are. Why do you have to go talk about it? Why do you have to make a show about it? Why do you have to? Do you want attention? Are you an attention-seeking they use a derogatory term here right now. Are you an attention-seeking dad? Oh, look at you. Okay, fine. You want the likes? Is that what you're doing? Well, guess what? You freaking morons. Again, I'm trying not to swear. YouTube, you better reward me because this is not easy. Not swearing. It's not easy. You better get me the algorithm points right now. This is hard. This is not easy. Okay, I didn't swear. Okay, but you know why she has to do and talk about it and tell people that you don't have to wear the hijab? Do you know why you goddamn idiots don't understand? Like, hey, you want attention? Is this the attention she wants? She's being harassed and she's being investigated. Is this, oh yeah, she loves the attention. She just loves being harassed. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost sure. I am so close to 100% sure that she's getting a lot of rape threats by these beloved Muslims. I'm sure of that. I'm almost sure of that. Okay. But because, yeah, I have experience with this. Okay. But again, all these Muslims saying, why do you have to talk about it? Just go live. Just, you don't wear that job. Just go not wear that job. This is why she has to talk about it. Because it's a mere act of talking about it will get you harassed and put under investigation. So obviously this crap has to be normalized. By the way, I hope YouTube, like, I'm replacing the S word with crap. Instead of saying S-H-I-T, I'm saying crap. I hope YouTube doesn't. All right. Speaking out about her decision. So that, what's her crime? Speaking out about her decision to stop wearing the hijab and I already read that part. Most in Muslim majority Malaysia follow a moderate form of the religion, and wearing a headscarf known locally as tudang, and used to cover the head and neck is not mandatory. Okay, so guys, again, remember, this is Malaysia. Is a moderate Islamic country. So remember when they say, like, hey, and a country could be Islamic and could be okay, this is the best that you could hope for. This is the best of what an Islamic country has to offer. The best is you get put under investigation for telling people why it's okay not to wear the hijab and why hijab is institutional patriarchy. Saying that will get you put under investigation. And again, this is the criteria for you to not just be like a fundamental Islamic country, for you to be a moderate Islamic country. But experts say, oh, by the way, I did a Patreon only video and a Patreon only, a member only video, was showing you how the official position of the federal government in Malaysia, what their position is on LGBT stuff. Again, moderate Malaysian country. And if for you guys, for the patrons and for the YouTube members, you know, if you watch the video, you know how disgusting their views are, and that's the official position of the federal government, and it's based on Islam. AGA is saying, do all women have to wear hijab in Malaysia? Nope. Or is that dependent on if they are Muslim? No, they can choose to wear it or not, whether they're Muslim or not. But again, it's not mandatory, but you do get pressure sometimes from family and community. But again, it's still that bad that you get put under investigation for just giving your opinion. So again, this is the best you could hope for. More experts say that the nation has become more conservative in recent years, and today most Muslim women wear one. Because of social pressure and community pressure, and also workplace pressure. It's not mandatory, but there's a lot of pressure. It gets close to mandatory in some situations, right? And again, guys, this is why you do not accept moderate Islam. This is why Malaysia is a clear example for you guys why you don't accept moderate Islam, because moderate Islam is always there to turn into less moderate Islam. I mean, if Iran, what happened in Iran when moderate Islam was accepted, and what happened later, if Turkey's Ataturk, if the level of Islam was accepted and what happened to Turkey after, if that doesn't give you enough reason, now we have a modern example of today's world of what happens if you tolerate moderate Islam. Moderate Islam will eventually turn into real Islam. Okay? And this is why you fight Islam. Always. Always. Moderate Islam, real Islam, diet Islam, all Islam. You fight Islam. Mrs. Maryam, who was made to wear headscarf from the age of 9. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a choice to me, right? I don't think at the age of 9, you get to make that much decisions for yourself if your parents tell you that you need to wear a headscarf. Who was made to wear a headscarf from the age of 9, says she realized. By the way, do you know age of 9? You know why she was made to wear that at the age of 9? Do you know what's so disgusting and vile about the hijab? Do you know why it's age of 9? Because that's when that's the age where Muhammad raped a child. So to them, to these Muslims, a 9-year-old could be sexualized. It could be a subject of someone's sexual desires. So if they tell you, hijab is beautiful, people get to choose, they're sexualizing 9-year-olds. This is what the hijab represents. There's a reason why they choose the age 9. If that doesn't make you puke about the concept of hijab, I don't know what else will. Says she realized in her mid-20s that she was conforming to a social expectation rather than a religious requirement and decided to remove it. I disagree with that. It is a religious requirement and a social expectation. Religious requirements are social expectations. And again, we need to do a better job at being anti-religion for more people to not see saying that being anti-religious requirement as a negative. Okay, the fact that she had to defend herself by saying, I don't think this is a religious requirement, that means that we haven't done a good of a job yet to make religious requirements seen as something that need to be fought against. So she's saying, oh, it's just a social expectation, that's why I can be against it, right? No, it is a religious requirement, and this and every other religious requirement should be fought against. And she decided to remove it. So she says, oh, again, I don't have to agree with her to be able to celebrate her as a hero. All my life, this is what she's saying, all my life I had been told that wearing the headscarf is mandatory, and if I don't wear it, it's sinful. And then I found out that it actually wasn't, so I felt very cheated. Like all your life you have been told one thing and it turns out to be a lie, she explains. Oh, lady, I wish you know that the whole idea of something being sinful is a lie. It's not just a hijab that it's a lie. The concept of sin, your entire religion is a sin. But again, I appreciate you being a hero and fighting against this oppression. While I disagree with you, the defense against the hijab is not that it's not sinful. The defense is that sin as an idea should be abolished. Sin is a lie. Religion is a lie. Islam is a lie. It was difficult. It was a difficult personal decision, but when she went public, detailing her story in her book, Unveiling Choice. Oh, guys, go check out this book. She has a book. Where's the book? So her book is called Unveiling Choice. She faced a vitriolic backlash and death threats. Death threats, here comes. I knew it. Where are the rape threats? I'm pretty sure she also got rape threats. Death threats, everybody. You could bank on this. This is what the Muslim community, hashtag not all, not every one of them, but they will deliver. They will deliver. Malaysia's religious affairs minister expressed concern, and she was hauled, as I say, in for questioning under a law against insulting Islam. Guys, this is Malaysia, the moderate, the tolerant Islamic country that people use as an example. Look, Islam doesn't have to be like Iran, like Saudi Arabia. Again, this is the best you could hope for. It's illegal for you to insult people's opinion as long as it's Islam. This is Malaysia, truly Asia. That's what they say. Not really, actually. Okay. The country has a dual-track legal system. Dude, Different people, different laws. Again, guys, look at this. Oh my God, horrible people. Horrible system. The dual track legal system with Muslim citizens subject to Sharia laws in certain areas. God damn it, man. This is like a nightmare. Orwellian nightmare detected. Miss Maryam believes officials were concerned she was encouraging other women to de-hijab. Is that a verb? I love it. De-hijab. We should make that into a t-shirt. I de-hijab. But insists this is not the case. Yep. I mean, it would be great if it was, but it's not. I'm not telling women what to think. I'm asking them to revisit certain assumptions. Yeah, again, assumptions and certain theories that have been taught to them over the years, the 20-year-old says. Even without legal criminalizations, women are facing social criminalization when they want to take the hijab off. So see, they say it's not mandatory, but it kind of is. It kind of is mandatory. You're not facing legal backlash, but there's a social criminalization. I think it just means social backlash. Your family, your friends, your community, they force you. This is why more Muslim women in Malaysia are wearing the hijab, because they're being pressured to do so, and it's obvious to everybody that has any sense. She says, adding that women like her are in a jail of society's expectation. Again, seems like she's highlighting something very important and getting punished for it. To make the release of her book, which she describes as a story, guys, go buy this book so that she gets people like this need to be supported, even if we disagree with some of their points. Which she described as a story of resistance against patriarchy in religion and wider society. She took part in a talk called Malay Women and De-Hijabbing. Man, I'm in love with this verb that I didn't know exists. De-Hijabbing, which fueled the furor, is that how you say furor? Yeah, against her. Head coverings differ around the Muslim world, from scarves that leave the face visible to niqab that leaves the area around the eyes clear, and the all-concealing burqa with just a mesh screen to see through. Yes. A lot of people think that the word hijab does not include the niqab, and yes, it does. Hijab is just the name for all of them. There's some people like, you guys are uneducated. Hijab is just a head covering. Those are called no. Hijab means all of them. God damn it. It's so amazing that sometimes people try to educate you about something and they themselves have no idea what they're talking about. Okay. But you have to speak with low set. You have to just make sure that you tell your audience always fact check yourself. Do not trust me. I could be wrong. A lot of times live on air, you corrected me. Okay. David Solomon is saying, I want to wear a hijab, just de-hijab. Yeah. I wish I could de-hijab. Muslim women in Malaysia, which is more than 60% Muslim, but is also home to large ethnic Chinese and Indian minorities, wear a headscarf that covers its hair and chest, though it is not legally required. Why are you picture? Oh yeah, she's packing her hijab. Look at this. She's putting her hijab away. She packed it up. Critiques say, wait, how long is this going? Wait, I can't read this. Oh yeah, it's almost done. Let me just read this. Critiques say that this expectation of modesty was not the case a generation ago and is a result of the greater influence of increasingly vocal religious hardlines. Yes, exactly. You fight against Islam. This is what happens when Islam grows. Okay? Don't say religion. Okay, I will reframe this. So they're saying this is because of greater influence of increasingly vocal religious hardliners. I would say this is because of more Islam. Just say it. This is the influence of Islam growing. Mrs. Maryam has been targeted by angry zealots, but has also been hailed as the voice of the modern Malaysian woman by some in the social media generation, keen to express their individuality as well as their faith. Power to them. Okay, this is the part that I'm going to disagree with. No less of a Muslim. Women in this part of the world, when and they take off the hijab, what happens to them? They get bullied, they get harassed, says Mrs. Mariam. A Malaysian rights group, Sisters of Islam, agree that women without headscarves come under heavy scrutiny from family, colleagues, and in public, making the decision difficult and traumatic. Mrs. Mariam argues her choice was to step away from particular institutions rather than her faith. I was born a Muslim. I am still a Muslim. I am no less of a Muslim because I removed my hijab, she explains. So this is what I would say, because being a Muslim or not a Muslim is a binary thing. You can be more Muslim or less Muslim. So I agree with her that she's still a Muslim. And as long as you believe in the Shahadat and the Quran as the direct word of God, you are a Muslim. Whether you practice Islam or you don't practice Islam, whether you follow the Islamic rules or you don't, you're still a Muslim. You shouldn't takfir anybody for being Muslim. I do disagree with her that she thinks that's a good thing. I think if she not being a Muslim is better than being a Muslim, and not being a Muslim is leaving Islam is something to be celebrated. It shouldn't be seen as a defense, and it's so sad for me to see that that's a defense. Another thing I would say, the way I would frame it is not that you're less of a Muslim for not wearing a hijab, but I would frame it as you are less influenced by Islam if you're not wearing a hijab. So you're less Islamic. Again, being a Muslim or not being a Muslim, it's a binary thing. So I cannot say you're less Muslim, but I can say you're less Islamic. You're less influenced by Islam if you're not wearing the hijab, and that's a good thing. That's a compliment. So I know she would disagree with me on this, but that's my opinion, and I'm right. She is not alone. Yeah, I'm right. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. Skepticism. Don't trust me. Do your own research. Even some prominent female politicians in Malaysia, such as Mrs. Rafidah Aziz and former central bank governor Zeti Akhtar Aziz, do not cover their heads, nor do the wife or daughter of former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohammed. Here's her showing off her luscious hair. In urban areas, young women have experimented with turbans and other fashionable head coverage. Despite criticism, they flout religious guidelines. Mrs. Sarah, a consultant of financial firm who gave a pseudonym to avoid upsetting her family, no longer wears the headscarf, believing it to be patriarchal expectation. She said Malay men, especially, by the way, the term Malay and Muslim is used interchangeably in Malaysia, which I think is extremely racist way of looking at and conflict of people, and also conflating ideas with ethnicity. So the same way that people look at Arab and Islam, the same way that these Hindutva people think like, oh, Armin has Muslim blood or something like that. So again, when I say Malay men, a lot of times I'm not saying she's doing it, by the way. Malay men, I think she's actually saying the opposite. Malay men, especially at an authoritative level, somehow have this mindset that Malay women need to appear in certain manner, but it does not mean that these people who are wearing tudung are any better. Again, see, the Malay men think Malay women should dress in a certain way because they associate ethnicity with Islam. Again, this is a bigoted way to think that your blood or your ethnicity has anything to do with your ideas. A lot of Muslims want to pretend that they're above race, that they're above ethnicity, but they're not. They judge what ideas you're supposed to have based on your ethnicity, and they only do that when you're supposed to be a Muslim. They do not do that when somebody who is not the ethnicity that they think should be Muslim all of a sudden converts to Islam. All of a sudden, they're above race. Ethnicity doesn't matter. Yay! Chinese person, Korean person, white person becoming Muslim. So amazing. Yes, we're above race and ethnicity. But when a Malay or an Arab decides to leave Islam, no, you don't get to do that, or become even less Islamic. Nope. Know your place. Check your ethnicity. All of a sudden, that matters. The religious authorities have yet to close their investigations into Mrs. Mariam, meaning the possibility of further action remains, but she has no regrets about her decision to open up about her experience. Society needs to be awakened, she says. Okay, that's it. All right, we spent a lot of time on this one, but this was a long article. Okay, next time if the article if it's this long, I'm just gonna do the summary. But we're number 7. Woo, we have Hindu related news. We're gonna anger the Hindutva incoming. Next. Wait, can I do the clap? No, I can't do the clap. Somebody went to jail. Oh no, this is the opposite. Hey, Hindutva people, we're doing something that you might like. No, Hindutva people, come back. This is the type of news you like. You want, come back. Don't go away. Come back. Okay, this is it. Oh no, I can't do the clap. Next news. Hindu jail 7 years in Bangladesh for insulting Prophet Mohammed. Okay, see, Hindu people, we don't do all the news that you say, like, oh, you guys just show this side of the news, but you never talk about Muslims oppressing us. You only want to talk about Hindus oppressing Muslims. Atheist Republic is one-sided. It's not fair. Look, guys, we picked. This is the pick our news selected. This is number 7. This is our pick by our news team. So you're wrong. You're wrong as usual. As usual, you're wrong. This is a Hindu person being oppressed in Bangladesh by Muslims. Hindu jail 7 years in Bangladesh for insulting Prophet Muhammad. Let's see how long this is to decide if to. Yep, short enough. We don't need to read the summary. We could read the actual article. Dhaka. A Hindu has been in jail for 7 years. 7 years for just saying words. I just say words coming out of my ear. 7 years, your life behind bars for just saying something. Can you guys imagine that? Can you guys even imagine that? A Hindu has been jailed for 7 years in Muslim majority Bangladesh for insulting the Prophet Muhammad on Facebook. A prosecutor said Thursday, although Bangladesh is officially secular, bull crap, officially secular, and you go to jail for 7 years for insulting a prophet who is not even alive. What the? Okay, criticism of Islam is taboo in the conservative nation of 168 million people, and violent protests have previously erupted over social media posts deemed blasphemous. Okay, here's the thing. The violent protests, you could say that's not against secularism because that's not the government, that's the people. Okay? But this guy got arrested. How could you even pretend to be a secular country? It's a joke to call yourself a secular country when somebody gets 7 years in prison for blaspheming. What the hell? Oh, guys, I forgot to read the comments after the last news because we went too long. Okay, I'm going to read the comments this time. Okay. Jibon Krishna Roy, a security guard, was found guilty late Wednesday of posting obscene, derogatory, and objectionable comments on Prophet Muhammad. Prosecutor Nazrul Islam Shahim said. Wow, these names are really fit the stereotypes, right? Look at the Hindu guy who get behind prison. His name is Krishna, and the prosecutor's name is Islam. What? Oh my God! Islam sent Krishna to jail. The offense falls under the country's controversial. Wait, I need to zoom in. You guys cannot read any of this. The offense falls under the country's controversial internet laws. The judge of the cybercrime tribunal in Dhaka sentenced him to 7 years in jail, Shamim told AFP. Last year, 4 people were killed and nearly 50 injured after police fired on thousands of Muslims protesting against a Facebook post by another Hindu man. By the way, guys, Hindus in India use this as justification for their collective punishment against Muslims. This is your mind on religion, okay? Those people did something horrible to those people over there, so I get to do something horrible to these people over here. I see how your mind on religions work. Or tribalism is general. Collective punishment for everyone. Innocent people, because those people, you didn't do this, they did this, but you associated with them, so you're guilty by association. That's how it works, apparently. That's how religious people do justice. He was charged with inciting religious tension in a case still being heard in court. In 2016, angry Muslims, again, religious people, hashtag not all. In 2016, angry Muslims attacked Hindu temples over a Facebook post. They said mocked one of Islam's holiest sites. In 2012, meanwhile, Muslim mobs torched Buddhist monasteries, houses, and shops in coastal Cox's Bazar district after a photo of the Quran that was considered defamatory was posted online by a young Buddhist. Oh my God! This. By the way, if you notice any Western far right people or any atheist content creators, bring attention to the Buddhist monasteries being torched by Muslims, and never mention the Hindus doing something like that in India to Muslims. They might be biased. They might be having an agenda that they're not being transparent about. It's okay to have an agenda. It's okay to have an agenda. Everyone has an agenda. Just be transparent about your agenda. My agenda, I'm against religion. I want all religions to end. Okay? So have an agenda. Your content creator that you're following, it's okay for them to have an agenda, but be very suspicious if they're not being fully transparent about their agenda. Okay. Let me see live chat. Anything in the live chat? Going once, going twice. Oh, here. Identityless something is saying, hey, bastard, we Hindus know what to do. You shut the F up, living in Canada and speaking, you bastard. Wow, you got me, man. Okay. Wow, what a great comeback. What a great comeback. Dude, you destroyed me. Armin finished. These people, this is their comeback. This is how they want to destroy this. This is how they want to expose me. It's not just the Hindus. I'm watching Muslim videos as well. Like, this is the best they have. Muslims as well. Hold on. Okay, let's look at this. This is number 8. Let's see how long the article is. Is it? Yep. Yeah, the article is too long for me to read the entire thing, so I'm just going to read the summary. But I'm going to do the next news. Next, no, I can't. This is actually I can't do the clap. This is sad news. So I'm just going to say next news. China forces 500,000 Tibetans into labor camps. 500,000. Guys, what happened to never forget? Never again. We shall not forget. What happened to all that crap? Look at this. Look at this. Guys, you got for all the people that say, oh, Armin will never criticize Israel. Oh, we know who's buttering his toast. We know who he's serving. Why is Armin not criticizing Israel? Which I do. Here's a criticism for you guys. Where is Israel's condemnation of China, the country that's supposed to be the leading? Have they? I haven't noticed. Maybe correct me in the live chat. That last time I checked, maybe I didn't check thoroughly enough. Let's check right now. Okay, but let's check. Israel condemnation, China. Let's look. Nope. Nothing. Correct me if I'm wrong. China has not been condemned by Israel, even though this is the closest thing we have had to this history that I cannot mention because YouTube's algorithm is moronic. You know what I'm talking about, the big H. These are the closest thing we're getting to in our lifetime to the memory and the history that Israel is rightfully trying to make sure that we all remember. But what's the point of remembering all of this? What's the point if we're not going to learn from it? What is the country right now that has the most to say about this? The most to say about all of this crap? Why is that country, which is Israel, not leading the world? Like, hey, world, we know what this is about. We have experience. Our people have experience with labor camps. You know, all of the Holocaust museums that we've funded all around the world, and rightfully so, because I agree, we should never forget. But you know what? What's the point of all of those if we now not use that memory to condemn this crap? Why are they not doing that? Why is Israel not at the front line of this? Yuval, tell me. Yuval, are you here in the live chat? You could tell me, because Yuval is a Zionist. A good one. I mean, I'm a Zionist as well, if that's what it means, what I think it means. But again, I could criticize Israel for this. Yuval, are you here with me? Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong on this. Again, we're talking about Israel, a country that has not officially accepted the Armenian genocide as a genocide because they want to keep their relationship with Turkey. Apparently, the country that is telling everybody that never forget, here's the history, remember. Apparently their relationship with other countries matters more than the whole point of remembering all of this crap. Harshil is saying the internment of Japanese Americans also comes to mind. Yeah, but this is happening in our lifetime, guys. This is happening in our lifetime. Oh, you will say, see, guys, again, people say like, oh, they think Zionists, they use it as an insult, okay? Again, Yuval is here. Yuval is a Zionist. Yuval is an Israeli Zionist, and Yuval is saying this is right. He's agreeing with me on that, okay? Do not, again, a lot of people think as soon as they hear the word Zionist, they like, oh my God, you're a Zionist. Yuval is a Zionist, and he agrees that Israel is wrong on this, okay? And let's continue. Let's read the summary of this. What number was this? 8. Okay, let's read the summary. China is pushing hundreds of thousands of Tibetans into forced labor camps, mirroring a program in the western Xinjiang region. New evidence suggests that Chinese government now has a large-scale mandatory vocational, is that how you say that? Training program in Tibet, pushing more than 500,000 rural laborers into recently built military-style training centers in the first 7 months of this year alone. The labor camps are accompanied by enforced indoctrination, intrusive surveillance, and harsh punishment. Guys, the Orwellian nightmare, this is 100 times worse than what we could imagine, okay? Harsh punishments for those who fail to meet labor transfer quotas, according to the research by Dr. Adrian Zenz. Amidst the pro-democracy crackdown in Hong Kong, the genocide of the Uyghur Muslim people of Xinjiang, and the new evidence of Tibetan labor camps, the International Olympic Committee is being urged by global leaders to strip Beijing of the Winter Olympics. For people who don't think that this matters, the Winter Olympic stuff, it matters because they care about it. Even if you think like getting them stripped from Beijing Winter Olympics, even think that's not a big deal, the fact that it's a big deal to the Chinese government, that means it matters. That means that they need to suffer for these decisions, okay? People are like, oh, some people say, what about the athletes? What about the athletes that dedicate their lives to this and they're going to suffer? Why are you going to make them suffer? Guys, the athletes, what about these people? Look at this. I mean, I think this matters more than the athletes. Look at these four slip. Yeah. Yeah. How many comments? Hey guys, I'm actually happy that this news got 200 comments and 300 engagement, and most of the engagements are angry. So I think our Atheist Republic community is becoming more mature, because we used to get a lot of comments of people like, good on China, do this, they're like this, and maybe because maybe because it's not the Muslims, but they're the Tibetans. Oh my god. Mostly jokes. Look, this is horrible person. I was saying, nice. They could use the work. The reason why this got the most engagement is not because it's saying, like, most of the engagement this got was a negative one. Anyways, let's move on to number 9. We only have 2 more to go. Oh, Israel. Yuval, are you here in the live chat? Yuval, we need you for this. Yuval on Facebook. Israel court rules. Oh, wait, do we have to? Oh, I can't do the clap. I can't do the clap, and I can't even read the title. Wait, AJ is saying, I'm happy it was covered as a major news story here in Australia. Oh, I'm glad to hear that the China one. Good, AJ. Good on Australia's whatever news agency did that. Yuval, do we have you? I hope we have Yuval. Okay. Guys, so I can't read this title, unfortunately, because again, YouTube is stupid. I need to have a replacement word for this. What's the replacement word for this? Yes, okay, Yuval is here. Great. Okay, so Israel court rule. Okay, next news without the clapping. Next news, because it doesn't seem like a clap-worthy news. Israel court rules accuse. Again, I can't say this word. It's PEDOPHILE. Again, I can't say it because of YouTube punishes us for this. So accuse P word Malka Leifer be extradited to Australia. So they're sending this. Is this a lady? She's being extradited to Australia, and AGA from Australia saying, so glad she's coming home to face her crimes. Objective Reality saying it's evident Muslims. Oh, no. So that's about the previous news. All right, let's read this article. Let me see if it's too long for me to read the entire thing. Yeah, it is too long to read the entire thing. So I'm going to read the summary, or else we're going to be here forever. So number 9. By the way, look at how great our team is. Like summarizing this for me. Like again, I know I can't mention the name of the person who does me because she's her life is under threat because of her activism. But shout out to her for summarizing all of this to us, guys. Like we have an amazing team, so I could read this for you in the summary. I'm making this longer anyway. So, anyways, thank you to her. Thank you so much for doing all this great work behind the scenes, and you're not getting any appreciation for it as well. Because of religion, you have to be in hiding. All right. An Israeli court decided that accused P word something Malka Leifer be extradited to Australia. Leifer fled to Israel in 2008 after, is that how you say it now? After being indicted? Is that how you say it? Indicated? Indicted. Why English is so weird? Why is there a C here if it's not going to be pronounced? Guys, make sure if I miss Yuval's commentary on this, you tell me that I need to scroll up. So so indicted in Australia for 74 counts of RAP, sexual assault and sexual abuse of 3 sisters who were her students while she served as the headmistress of a Jewish school in Australia. Okay, so a lot of people, it was not very clear what this had to do with religion, but you can see by her outfit that she is a religious type, and she was doing this from a position. She was doing this to school children from a position of authority given to her by being a religious authority. Okay, so she used religion as again, this is what religion does. Again, this is not directly a religious teaching. in Islam, well, not Islam, in Christianity or Judaism, but religion can still be blamed for it because religion gives undeserved authority to people and gives the put people in a position of trust and power, where people actually trust the most vulnerable members of their community, i.e., children, to people that do not deserve any credibility or any trust or any authority to have children under the trust. So religion indirectly is responsible for this, not because it's in their teaching. So three sisters were okay. So her student was, she served as the headmistress of a Jewish school in Australia. A statement by COVE, an advocacy group for survivors child assault, said, "Oh wait, somebody who I cannot pronounce the name, who's part of an advocacy group, said that even Leifer and the school where she thought could not have foreseen the extent to which certain ultra-Orthodox Jewish communities in Israel and around the world would go to protect and accuse P-word, and how the failures of the Israeli justice system would help them in their quest for an alleged P-word to avoid justice." So guys, there's a second way where religion is to blame in all of this. This is true for Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, where the religious community think like this is one of our own. No matter what they did, they need to be protected. We deal with our own people. The outside world doesn't deal with them. Do not punish them, and they protect the worst of atrocities. The worst of atrocities are different. I mean, Hindus do this as well, by the way, just to be fair. Hindus do this a lot as well. We saw this in the Hindu priests who were they priests or not? But where they were abusing this, sexually abusing this child in the temple, and when eventually the law came for them, the Hindu community started protecting them and defending them. This is like such a disgusting tribal mentality that the worst, most disgusting, vile crimes is protected just because they are associated with your group. And again, I think Israel should be ashamed of this as well. Is this accurate? Yuval saying it was an ultra-Orthodox school. Okay, but is Israel as a government is responsible also for protecting these people in Israel? Before, like, was there any resistance by the Israeli government to extradite this person to Australia? AJA is saying, well, by the way, Yuval is Israeli and AJA is from Australia, so we're getting from both sides of this border, we're getting commentary. This is why I love our live chat. In Israel, during the extradition hearing, she tried to claim insanity. Well, I'm glad that didn't work. Keep the chat civil. No, it's okay. You don't have to. She claimed she was insane, and the Israeli Minister of Health and ultra-Orthodox himself is said to have helped her in her efforts. I suspect some bias here. Religious people trying to defend other religious people just because they're ultra-Orthodox. Guys, again, this is the government. And again, Yuval is a Zionist who is pointing out the hypocrisy of the Israeli government and any fault within the Israeli government and any religious douchebaggery from the Israeli government. Again, see, your bias against all Zionists are unfounded. So thank you, Yuval, for that commentary. But yeah, again, this is the Israeli government having religion influence the Israeli government. Again, secularism is not a binary thing, and as much as we celebrate how Israel's secularism is much more than countries and almost every other Islamic country, we still can shame Israel for having religion influence their government in a way that makes them less secular than countries like Canada, Australia, and many countries in Western Europe, right? Harshit is saying, I have some extra rupees left in my budget for the month. Would you like a super? No, Harshit. If you only have, do not give us a super chat. Do not give us a super chat. If you have if you have a little bit of budget, put that. Do not support us financially, please, Harshit. Please do not give us a super chat. Do not support us financially. Just like and subscribe, and just do us a favor. Just share this video. Share this video somewhere that will really help us. Just sharing this video will like send signals to the YouTube algorithm that makes our channel grow faster. So doing that really does help, and it doesn't cost you anything. But really, I appreciate you wanting to. But again, if you guys have a low budget and you're considering supporting us financially, then you're out of your mind. Stop it. Do not do that. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let me see. Is there any other comment? Nope. Let's go to the last news. Last news. Let's open this one. All right, I'm doing good, given that I'm alone here. Hey, like I'm doing okay. I know it would have been much better with my lovely co-hosts, right? But we had to make do, and I think I'm doing fine. Like, right? Like, guys, how's my performance? I know it would have been better with them. Okay, but given the situation, I think I'm doing okay, right? Can I do a clap? Oh, I could definitely do a clap. Yes, I can do a clap. I can do a clap. Right? Yes, AJ is saying tag Atheist Republic if you want me to read the comment. Okay. So we could do a clap for this next news. So let me do it right now. Okay. Wait. Next news. Last news. All right. Afghanistan allows mothers' names on birth certificates in significant milestone for women's rights. Let's see if this article is too long for us to read the whole thing. Yeah, it is long for us to read the whole thing, so I'm going to read the summary. But if you do want to read the whole thing, the link is in the description, as usual. But I wish I had time to read this whole thing for you guys. But I'm going to read the summary, okay? Because we're going for so long right now. All right, so let's read the summary. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has signed an amendment allowing mothers' names to be included on their children's birth certificate. Let me zoom in so you guys can read along with me. After a 3-year campaign by women's rights activists, hashtag Where Is My Name campaigners are fighting an ingrained Afghan tradition that states using a woman's name in public brings shame on the family. What the hell? Instead, women are publicly referred to by the name of their closest male relative. Jesus Christ, imagine thinking that mentioning a woman's name brings shame. Shame for just mentioning a female's name. Okay, so yeah, by name of their closest male relatives. Jesus Christ. So here's a quote. My feeling of happiness may seem ridiculous for women in other countries, but when we live in a society where women are physically and spiritually excluded, achieving such basic rights is a big and difficult task, said Sonia Ahmadi, who joined the campaign when it began. Okay, so this is a great news and a horrible news at the same time. Imagine how backward your society has to be. That is great progress that your name is mentioned, because before people said it was disgraceful to mention female names. This is the progress that Afghanistan is saying. How far back do you have to be? God damn it. I'm so sorry, Afghanistan. And thank you to these women. Holy crap. I know this is a small progress, but thank you for any progress, I guess. Hey, there's a video. Is it English? Oh, I am Wahida. Okay, so yeah, there's a video. Let's watch this video. I am Wahida. So this is a woman in hijab saying, before being sister and a daughter, first I have an independent identity, independent from my brother and father or husband.
These Afghan women are fighting for something that we take for granted.
Before being a daughter, wife, or mother, I am myself.
The right to be referred to by their own names. And they've just won a massive victory. Mothers now have the right to put their own names on their children's birth certificates.
I really cried. It makes me cry whenever I think of the moment I heard the news.
Wait,
because in a society,
I blocked her name. This is a bad hair name, and it makes me... Sonia Ahmad, activist. It was almost bad because I almost blocked her name right when her name was coming up on a news article about mentioning their name.
Cry whenever I think of the moment I heard the news, because in a society where everything is against women and they work to keep women down, this is a big step forward.
In Afghan tradition, women are often regarded as property, and using their name outside of the home is thought to bring shame on the family. Their own names are missing on wedding invitations, legal documents, and even their own gravestones.
It's one small piece of a much larger puzzle of ways in which women's rights are still systemically violated, including by a discriminatory legal system. But it's really significant because as long as women's names don't appear on identification cards, don't appear in public records, their identities really don't exist, and a lot of their legal rights don't exist.
In Herat, Governor Wahid Katali held a press conference with the local women who launched the campaign. He asked journalists to add his mother's name, Zahideh, when quoting him.
We stand beside these women and we promise to stand beside our mothers. Their names will no longer be hidden.
I just want to say I don't like that in Islamic countries they keep wanting to give respect to women by calling them mothers, like as if, like, oh yeah, we respect women because they're mothers. As if you're not a mother, then you haven't achieved your womanhood. Like, oh yeah, we respect women because we respect mothers. And they say like, oh, the paradise is under the feet of mothers. Like, oh yes, look at how pro-woman we're being. Not all women have to be mothers. God, like, again, this is adding to the pressure that you have to be a mom, because if you're not a mom, you're not a full woman.
But not all Afghan leaders are happy.
This is going to face a lot of pushback, certainly from the Taliban, but also just from conservative and traditional people in women's families.
And as peace talks continue with the Taliban, Afghan women fear the limited number of rights they have fought so hard for and actually gained could be negotiated away. Tracy Shelton, ABC News. All
right, so that was the last news. Let me just quickly do the comments because I'm dying from starvation right now. No, I shouldn't exaggerate that. That's not funny. It's horrible to think that something so simple had to be fought for. That's the comment here. And such a backward society. Yes, but thanks. But guys, also celebrate these women who are fighting it to make it a little bit less backwards. Okay. Maggie is saying, funny that people saying they don't care or mocking it are men. God, get the hell out of here, Maggie, with your identity politics. God damn it. Funny that people saying they don't care or marking it are men. Just criticize their crappy ideas. Why do you have to bring their gender into this? God damn it, Maggie. Maggie gets the woke award for today. Anyways, I'm going to end this now. Let me actually see if there's anybody in the live chat. Oh yeah, AGA is telling everybody, AGA and Soha always reminding everybody to like and subscribe. Guys, if you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you come and subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure if you have a Twitch account to follow us on Twitch. And guys, share, goddammit. Share this video so we grow. We're doing good here, guys. You did not like the way I presented the information. Did we not learn something? Sometimes we had fun. Sometimes we got sad. Yes, bell. Thank you, Mortad. Hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell. Every single one of you. Hit the bell. And then bell notification. Do it.